What's up, y'all, and welcome to the Lawrence Support Tonight's broadcast discussing the Hulu / Honest Collective series. I'm talking about Unprisoned 2. Now, I've been waiting for this show to come back on, and today is Monday. So, if you haven't seen this series yet, don't watch this video. I'm about to review it. I'm about to share my thoughts. I try to give everybody all weekend long the opportunity to see the show before I came out with these spoilers, but we have got to get into one of my favorite shows on the Honest Collective / Hulu brand, Unprisoned. Now, this show right here stars Kerry Washington and Daryl Lindo. They are back for season 2, and I must say, season 2 is even better than season 1. And I must say, shout out to the show creator Tracy McMillan herself. This show right here is basically based on her life experience herself with her father. So let's get into Unprisoned season 2. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm ready for season 3. How y'all gonna leave us on a cliffhanger like that at the end of the season right here? Come on now, Kerry. Come on, Delroy. Come on, y'all. Y'all got me already anticipating what's gonna happen in season 3 of Unprisoned Hulu. Before I go even further about this right here, it'd be greatly appreciated if you guys hit the subscribe button, like, share, and please don't forget to comment. I'm going to give a quick synopsis of what season 2 is all about. In Unprisoned season 2, we see Paige, who is a relationship therapist, social media influencer, and a single mom. But as we all know, her life changes drastically whenever her father, Edwin, moves in, who is a former ex-convict, and at the same time, she's trying to manage her relationship with her son, Finn, who unfortunately is battling anxiety like no tomorrow in this season of Unprisoned. And not to mention, Edwin is still trying to get his life together outside of prison. Their relationships are even more complex and complicated before. The family needs help. It's time to call an actual professional, somebody that's outside of Paige, right? The family ends up calling, you guys know this guy right here, John Stamos. He plays a character by the name of Murphy, and he is supposed to be this relationship therapist that is going to help them heal their family wounds. I truly enjoyed season 2 of Unprisoned, and my 2 favorite episodes had to be, I mean, the whole season was fire, don't get me wrong, but my 2 favorite episodes had to be the episode in which they are in wrestling uniforms, absolutely hilarious, and the one where they had Paige, working with old girl from P Valley, working the stripper pole. Paige fell to her face, she got hurt, and of course I love the Christmas episode. That was great as well. But this season right here, I feel like they came back with even more funny moments, and at the same time, even more emotional moments that you felt, especially with the Delroy, because for me, he was absolutely the heart and soul of this show right here. His character, Edwin, you kind of feel for him, but at the same time, you're rooting for anybody that has been in a situation like Edwin. You want to see those type of men, those type of women win in life, because we all deserve a second chance. That's what we see Edwin is trying to do. We see Paige, she's navigating this whole thing of even being without Mal. Her and Mal, they had a relationship back in season 1, but it's obvious that she still wants him bad. And of course, we see Finn, being a teenager, being in this TikTok generation, his grandfather's trying to get him off this game system. Like, get off the Xbox, boy. Like, go out into the world, meet women, chase this thing called life. But like most typical teenagers his age, they want to just be at home and get on TikTok all day and play the Xbox. But I love the relationship that Edwin, the grandfather, and his son Finn, relationship that they have developed this season right here. So this season for me, I had no complaints, really. I had no complaints. My only complaint would be that I wish this was like maybe 10 episodes instead of 8. But other than that, I was entertained every single episode. I think it was 8 episodes. I was entertained throughout this entire season. And I gotta show some love to little Paige herself. Man, listen, whenever they did the casting call for the show, this little girl right here, she was the perfect person to play little Paige. She's basically a mini version, literally, of Kerry Washington, right? We know that she basically plays like the devil slash angel, like the social consciousness of Paige, right? So she is incredible. This little actress right here is going to be big for years to come. Remember her name. She is going to be out there. And for a lot of people, this series definitely hits home, right? A lot of people, we all have somebody in our family that may have went to prison for a while or went to jail, and they're trying to, you know, do things right in their life, right? They're trying to make their life reborn. They're trying to get a second chance. And we see that with Edwin in this entire series from season 1 to season 2. But at the same time, unfortunately, we as African Americans, right, it's a lot of generational trauma that has been passed down, right? Not all of us, but for some families, right? And we see how Paige and Edwin are trying to put a stop to any more type of generational trauma that's going to affect, Edwin's grandson and Paige's son, Finn, right? We see him going through his emotions this season right here. They definitely put the spotlight more on him this season. I feel like they definitely gave him more character development, more story, because I feel like the first season was basically about about Carrie's character and Delroy. It was basically about those two, but now we got Finn. He's coming into the middle of this right here. And at the end of the day, when it comes to, everything that Edwin has been through, right? He even says in the trailer, he says also, in the show, he's like, listen, I've got to learn to be a father, right? So he's trying to make up for all those past mistakes. And, Paige, she's going through it as well. But I'm going to give a quick character briefing, I believe, in what I saw with all of the main characters this season, starting off with Paige, right? Now, Paige, we know that she was in a relationship with Mal, right? That didn't go as well, right? And Paige is still dealing with a lot of trauma from her past when it comes to her father, being properly loved as a woman, trying to navigate stuff as a mother. And, one thing that I can see a lot of women, how they can feel kind of like Paige, right? Because you're this woman, you're trying to be strong, you're trying to do everything you're supposed to do, right? And at the same time, we got Edwin, right? Edwin, when it comes to him, he wants that second chance so bad, so bad. He's even trying to get a job. We saw that Mal put him on right here. And the one thing that I absolutely love this right here. I think it's something I've always noticed too. Whenever the grandparent and the parent have a complicated relationship, it's like the grandparent works twice as hard to make sure that the offspring of the current parent, that they don't have a complicated relationship. We see Edwin working overtime, in this series right here with Finn, right? He's teaching Finn how to defend for himself, teaching Finn how to be a man, teaching, his grandson Finn that it's okay to be emotional, right? And I just love, for me, Edwin is the heart and soul of this series right here, without a doubt. He is the glue that keeps the family dynamic of Paige and Finn together 100%. Like I said, I love how he's working overtime to make sure he gets it right with Finn, right? Now, as far as Finn, like any other teenager, he is going through a transitional phase, right? Some of the kids, I think, it was picking on him because he, I can't remember. I think he had some type of collection of, it wasn't action figures, but something that he liked that other kids didn't like, right? And at the same time, he's trying to figure out who he is as a man, right? And growing up as a teenager, as a teenage boy, you want your father in your life, and he goes on this self-discovery of trying to find his father, right? But his father kind of disappointed him. We saw his father disappoint him at Christmas. He wanted to make sure his father was there. He reconnected with his father. He had a bunch of questions, like any young man would, about his father identity, his background. Who is his father, right? But his father did disappoint him. But like I said, I appreciate the more story, the more character-driven aspect they gave to Finn this time. And we gotta get to my boy Mal. I love, the actor Marquis. Loved him whenever he was in Dear White People. And also, I was so happy to see that he got the shot to play Mal, to join Delroy Lindo, to join Kerry Washington on another great hit show. So I'm happy for him. Of course, in the first season, we saw him more focused on his relationship with Paige, but in the second season, we see him more driven with his job. Even though he does have a girlfriend slash fiance in this one right here. We see old girl from P Valley. She's in this right here. She played a great role, in this right here. Love her. She was in this right here, but like I said, they kind of gave him the opportunity to focus more on his job aspect and not so relationship heavy crazy. Now we just see at the end, him and Paige trying to get back together, but I was happy to see the dynamic that he, had in this season right here. Oh, Unprisoned 2, great season. I'm already excited for season 3. Whenever they shoot it, Lord willing, I will definitely be here to give you guys my thoughts, my reaction to this right here. So make sure you subscribe. And as always, thank you for tuning in to The Lawrence Report.